Welcome to the Making of Young Chefs. I'm Ale, and I'm with Marianne.
Hi.
And Jean.
Hello.
And we're University of Pennsylvania students working with an after-school program at Sayre High School to produce a cooking show. This is part of a larger after-school initiative, and although the club is facilitated by Eric, it's the young chefs that do all the work. We brought the equipment in mid-March for them to start shooting their first episodes, and after some editing magic, it was ready for TV.
Today, guys. Today we're gonna be making a broccoli cheddar soup, and the guys who are gonna be helping me make it today are
I'm Chef Kyle.
I'm Chef Xavier.
I'm Chef Devin.
In a medium saucepan over medium-high heat, saute onion and carrot in margarine or butter until onions begin to brown.
the milk inside of it and make sure we get a good texture.
Make sure you gotta stir it too, because milk seems to cook really weird. Like our cameraman just said over here. Our camerawoman.
Two to 1/4 cups to here.
19.
And now
Across
I'm
the
gonna
country,
add
more
1 whole
states
cup
are enacting tough new restrictions, bracing
milk.
for worse days ahead.
Fears over COVID ID are impacting daily
then I'ma
life.
just-
More schools across the area are closing.
So right
as
now
more
I'm
cases
adding
are
2 to 1/4 cups into here. And now I'm gonna add 1 whole cup of milk.
More than 4,000 falling to COVID-19. The loss of life only expected to climb. The White House Coronavirus Task Force revealing grim models.
The fields are empty, the playgrounds deserted, and all across the United States, school buildings sit empty.
Nobody's kind of lived through something like this before. At least here. There's just like giant question marks, everywhere. Not just in the education system, but just like, there's just a lot of confusion, as you can imagine. Leading up to it, you saw students starting to wear gloves and staff as well, and masks, and some students were like carrying around things of Purell to like wash their hands and their friends' hands and stuff like that. And then the staff at a certain point, they were all like, what's going on? We got to close, I mean, at that point, a bunch of other school districts around the country had already closed. And the Philly school district waited until that Friday, that very last day, to even make the announcement. So people were kind of left guessing, I think, for most of that time.
Hi.
Hey. Hey guys.
I'm so happy to see you guys. This all happened so fast. Penn closing, school closing, Philly canceling schools.
I mean, the whole city has shut down because they're trying to flatten the curve. Everything's just like done and just stop.
Everything seems so different now. Classes are virtual, and we cannot continue shooting the Sayre Young Chef show. I was so excited to see what they would do next.
Me too. And I went back to film their second episode, and it was so much fun letting them have at it with the cameras, with the mics. They filmed 90% of their own show. I was hardly even involved. And then everything shut down just so abruptly.
Yeah, and like the reality is not the first time that like a youth program gets interrupted or gets put on pause, but what is new is that the whole school community is put on pause. Like everything's set and no one can go in. So I think for the next step, we should reach out to Eric. He's the cooking club coordinator, and see what he knows and what his plans are. Also, just how the kids are doing. I think he would know.
Yeah, I do worry and think about what the students are up to, I mean, I think it's very likely that this is time that will not be made up. Trying to keep what is there, 200,000 teenagers, or students in that school district, keeping them all cooped up at home is like, it's not a great idea, So I do worry about that. It would be better to be able to be in contact with them,
This club is part of a larger after-school program, and the club's current project is to produce a cooking show that highlights healthy recipes and includes student-created music. This project combines gardening, nutrition, and art, fostering a community of creators. Now schools are closed, and there is a shelter-in-place order, so many aspects of life are shifting online, interrupting this project and the after-school community.
Okay, I'm done. Let me get out of here. Let me move. Yeah.
I had the corona. I don't got the corona.
I had the corona.
Well, I might have the corona. Your mom got it.
Cooking is at the heart of, and food, making food, is at the heart of like every good thing, human experience, My whole thing is there's an opportunity to do good work, right? So there's opportunities to make personal connections, to have an experience that they might not otherwise, right? I mean, I hope they come away with some skills that they didn't necessarily have before. I think it's nice that we're able to do work that's practical and work that is with your hands. I get a kick out of seeing students like take carrots out of the ground for the first time, and like you kind of see the sparks start to fly. So that's cool.
Wait, so I gotta cut this?
Yes.
I bet. What's next?
So right now we are prepping the food.
This is not onions.
Meals bring people together, and after years of cooking and sharing meals with students, Eric has found that in this space, partnerships and trust are fostered among all participants, including himself.
So yeah, I've definitely learned a lot about, myself and human nature and all that through teaching. There's not a such thing as being a perfect teacher, but I think just our presence, being an adult that actually can listen and show up, in a reliable way for students, I think is a good thing.
These clubs meet at school, but outside of the academic day. This program is just one of many after-school initiatives that promote students' creativity and are built around a shared interest.
AINGCAZYYY. If you don't know us, say it again. Welcome to the podcast of Sayre Jones.
I think that's the time when things that don't happen or can't necessarily happen during the school day can happen, right? So that's when students can learn photography or music production or gardening and cooking, right? I mean, we're talking about public education in Philly, so, if you went to a private school somewhere, maybe they'd already have that stuff, or I'm sure that they do have some of those subjects during the day, right? But I think basically it's important to see that programming as valuable and enriching to students, maybe even more so than some of the classes.
Really much, I like photography because it's fun to me. It's something easy to do.
We spoke with Eric in late March, when schools were closed with the hope that they would reopen in May. It is now late April, and schools will remain closed. There are plans being developed for programs to continue online over the summer.
If the goal of a cooking program is to have students come in every week and cook a recipe and then eat it, and it's often something that they haven't made before or eaten before, then I think that's a general success, right? And if students are coming in for gardening, having not really had that experience before and learning something about that, then that's also a success.
We are chefs of the future. We are in this club because we make better choices on what we eat, and the food is healthy. And we have a fun time cooking, so.
Yeah, I think we do all right.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.
Shortages, doctors want to make sure medical professionals in hospitals across America have the masks.
See you next time on Smooth Jazz.
Okay. I feel like when you go to CAPA, you have a story that's different than everybody else.
Because like not every 14-year-old gets to like do this.
It's probably one of the best experiences when it comes to being in a school, because like there's not a lot of schools here like this. Like
all I've wanted to do since I was little was create movies and like be a director, cinematographer. So being able to come to a high school where you know, gives you that opportunity to do that every day and further pursue your passions is great.
If you ever wonder what it's like to be in such an accepting community, come here. It's amazing.
Everybody's so creative here, but it's so amazing to like be yourself here because nobody judges. So it's really good to just be yourself and express who you are as a person.
You know, all these different people and opportunities I received because I came to CAPA.
Not everybody gets to come here. You know, we all auditioned for a reason. So I would just say thank you. That was hard. Woo! CAPA's really great. CAPA's really fun. I love it a lot. Sometimes, most of the no, can we cut that? Because women.
And sorry, I messed up already. I messed up. Can you say the questions again? Sorry.
Is honestly,
Oh gosh, learning.
Okay, I'll answer that question. Yeah. Ms. Davis, she's interesting, but it's tough love with her. I just feel as though, I'm so sorry. It's really tough love. She gives you the truth, and she says I love you after. So it's just really getting us ready for the outside world and the industry, because a lot of us, hoping all of us, will make it.
I mean, I love the kids. You know, they can be a pain in the butt, but they're artists, and it's, you know, you kind of expect that from them. They're moody and they're sometimey, but they're very loving, and for the most part they're kind. And I like the camaraderie that they show for one another, and it's a whole family affair.
Is the scene where the mice police arrest the lion. This is their mouse police car, and they're going to arrest him and throw him in the back. And those bars are like hardened steel. They don't contain any lion.
Have you met other people here so far? You feel like share that really deep connection?
Yes. Okay, so everybody is different, but then like so many people are the same in a lot of ways. And that's another beautiful thing about CAPA, is everybody shares at least something, and it's awesome.
So you feel like a sense of community?
Yes, definitely a sense of community.
Give it to, did you get one?
One group went to 30th Street.
The idea, but you know what you need to do. What do you need to do? What do you need to do? What do you need to do? And then after you practice, you need to? No. Practice some more. Here we go. What do you need to do?
Our rehearsals are long and tiring. If it's an 8 a.m. rehearsal, then it's very tiring because it's all day practicing. But I feel like at the end of the day, we do like gain some, we like gain more knowledge. So we like will be better for the concert. But it is tiring and we do it a lot. But I like rehearsal. I get to see all my friends. I'll play like the first few measures. My name is Angel and I'm a senior. I remember Miss D coming on stage and announcing that you can come to the music room if you want to learn an instrument. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I walked in and I was like, I don't know what I want to play. And I was like, I saw a violin. I was like, I'm going to play that. I want to play violin. So it's just been, since that day on, I've been practicing.
Yes. Hey, we can play you guys the symphony that you missed, so you can hear what we were talking about.
So my name is Madison Jordan, and I'm a senior. I started really focusing on music in freshman year, and it takes up like most of my time during the day. And we're always here. Me and my friends, we spend almost all of our day in the music room. And it's just like a really big part of my life. And sometimes I try to imagine like what my life would be like if I didn't know how to play an instrument. And I feel like I would just be so bored. Like I wouldn't know what to do with my time. Because it's just, I don't even know, it's just like a part of me now. It's hard to explain it any other way. Also, the high school, it's kids from around the city, and we have to audition. And then if you get in, they place us by seats, like considering how much you scored during your audition. They place us by seats. And then they give us, a certain amount of pieces. We rehearse, and then we perform in March.
Well, be free. There we go. All right, thank you. Good job, good job.
proudest moment is probably, well actually, I was gonna say the first time I got into All City, but I'm gonna say that my proudest moment is this year getting first chair, because I worked really hard and I practiced for a long time, and I didn't think I was gonna get it because I was like intimidated by other players. So when we got the results and I found out that I was actually first chair, I was so excited. Like, it was such a happy moment.
I feel like music drives me, you know, to like do better. Because without music, I don't know where I'd be today. I don't know what I'd be doing. Because I grew up in a musical family, so I kind of expected to be playing something. I started with piano, but then I switched and I've been playing violin for 4 years. But music really is connected with my soul now, and I don't think I can ever let it go.